Hello, welcome to Access. My name's Nathan. I'm here with Dave.
Hello.
Dave, you've been chopping stuff up.
Yes, I have. And I've also been playing For Honor now, which is slightly different. I was a big fan of For Honor when it was announced last year, and you and I actually got to play it in a multiplayer environment.
Yeah, we played on PlayStation 4, but we were like French knights.
We were.
This is very different.
This time, I was lucky enough to play a single player, so there is a single player campaign coming.
Do you know, I didn't even know that.
No,
I left you there to play this game.
To be honest, I wasn't certain myself, and I was really glad to see that there was, because I don't have any friends, and I like to play single player. And For Honor's sword play, the excellent sword play, maybe melee combat, I don't know, because here I am using an axe, is back. Anyway, it's back, and it's better than ever.
Can I tell you, just as a complete aside, how I enjoy the different ways that people pronounce melee while we're here at E3?
I've heard melee.
Melee. That was the one I was going to say. Yeah, that's the one that I heard yesterday.
Like the worm. Melee worm.
Yeah, melee worms.
But moving on.
Yeah.
So this is me. This is our actual capture. We went to a Ubisoft event. I'm playing here.
Who are you?
Not
are you a
too badly.
Samurai? A Viking? A Frenchman?
I'm a Viking, and we are attacking the samurai.
Yeah. That never happened.
Didn't it? Are we sure about that?
I'm pretty sure. Well, as we know from a different video that we're going to be bringing you from E3, actually the first European man to reach Japan.
Oh, for God's sake!
Was Will Adams, who's from my hometown of Gillingham.
No one is interested in Will Adams or Gillingham. So. I don't think For Honor claims to be historically accurate.
No, I think that's true. There's an American television series, I think it's called American Warrior, which is just about like who would be the toughest warriors if everyone fought at the same time.
That's a great idea.
I've often thought about this as a similar thing. Like, what if Vikings
met
chopped
samurai?
Yeah, samurai. And the answer would be this game.
Yes, it would. And what an absolutely brilliant game it is. So... yeah, For Honor was announced last year at E3 last year, and Nathan and I got to play it. We were very excited, and we were right to be excited. They, I think, for the first time, they found a way of doing sword play or melee weapons that really make sense and
it's
work.
Not just combos and smashing.
It's not just button bashing. In fact, bashing buttons is not going to get you anywhere.
There are stances. So.
You will see. I mean, now's not the right time to talk about it.
You're climbing a rope
and not dodging those fiery arrows. But
this is like a siege mechanic.
The way it works, as we've discussed before, is on the right stick kind of acts as the positioning of your sword. I know, right? That was good. That was a nice little.
You Vikinged him.
I did Viking him.
In the face.
Yeah, that's my job. So the right stick, you hold L2 to enter a guard position. It's like guard and lock on, and you see like a kind of like a shield shape, which is made up of 3 segments: top, left, and right. You use the right stick, so you'll see it here. When I hold L2. I've got the option of up, left, or right, and that's where I'm defending, but it's also where I'm attacking.
It kind of corresponds to what they're doing as well.
Exactly, so they have the same...
When you're defending, you want to do the same. When you're attacking...
You want to do a different side. So I can see their positioning of the sword.
You have to look for the visual cues.
Exactly, so there is a HUD element, but obviously they're holding their body in a particular way.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because, I mean, basically they've gone, there's 3 different ways you can attack. They don't want to make it too complicated, because otherwise... I mean, you may as well go out and learn fencing, but
which I did,
right.
And it's very accurate. There is pretty much 3 ways. There's a left, a right, and a top. So
what I'm saying is, it's just complicated enough to make it feel like that it's not just banging buttons and watching your sword fly about. There is a tactical element to it, but it's kind of it's manageable.
It's really, really smart. It's honestly the best way I've ever experienced. Like a sword fight in a game. It's nothing to do with button bashing whatsoever. It's all to do with tactics. I mean, when we were playing with human players last year, there's such a kind of like, element of guesswork and subterfuge and bluffing, exactly, because the other player can see where you're holding your sword at that time. Like, they know where you're defending,
and then you step forward,
so
and then you change
flick it and try and change it, and they can guess what's going to happen. There's this, it like in sword fights that you've seen in films and stuff. There's this whole kind of standoff of just slowly circling each other, thinking, who are you going to attack? Am I going to defend?
We don't really see it here, but certainly in the kind of the multiplayer mode, 1-on-1. it's kind of like anything can happen. And then as soon as there's two people there, you'd need an extraordinary player to be able to, because those people can be in different stances. You know what I mean? I can imagine someone being incredible at the game, being able to flick between two stances to defend two different people at the same time.
Absolutely.
That isn't me or you.
No, not yet.
But
not
you know
yet.
what I mean? Like, and it's kind of realistic in that way. You know, like unless you're incredible at sword fighting, two people is that's too many for you to fight with your sword.
Absolutely. It's definitely not impossible, but it's so respectful of sword fighting. It feels so right. Like it is
just realistic enough.
It's not about strength. It's not just about who can swing the fastest. It's about reading your opponent. It's about having a plan. It's about like bluffing and tactics, and I don't know. It's really, really clever.
It's respectful enough while allowing you to have Vikings versus samurai.
Yeah, exactly. Which is exactly what I want. The other thing is that they've, as well. This isn't every character. It's not like every opponent in the game I'm having to go up and block and have this guesswork with.
Right.
You can see that kind of symbol and the life bar above the enemy. Denotes that it's someone you have to respect,
like
and
a hero
character. A hero character that you're going to have a bottle with.
Peon's a good word, isn't it?
It is a good word. There are lots of other characters who are just chaff.
They're a mensch.
And the game is brilliant at making you feel powerful with those. You don't have to worry about it. You just run in and you swing, and it's so pleasing to just push them aside.
If you were in the Dark Ages and you weren't wearing armor,
yes,
then you're basically like flowers. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're just there to be cut down. Explain to us, though, we should probably draw down, having talked about the kind of general gameplay a little bit, about what's going on here. You're completing several objectives. You're getting close to something. What's the deal? What are you doing?
Yeah, well, it's to be honest, I'm not entirely sure. It wasn't in as much as I don't know how this fits within the whole game. I know it's later in the game, so
but in this,
I come across like more difficult enemies and stuff. I don't understand at the moment how the single player works. Like I don't know if we're playing out one story or if we're playing out lots of individual stories.
Sure, but in this match, is this kind of territorial objectives?
The Vikings are attacking. I'm trying to just let them in, basically, which is just following certain things. So I'm opening
you've
gates.
been running around, killing as many samurai as you can.
Exactly, and this is a good example of like, here's loads of just
this bit
fodder.
This bit is kind of Dynasty Warriors like, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like
a little bit, yeah. There are still those hero characters in there that you do have to respect. And you can't just take lightly. But there's also just loads of like these guys with the shields. They're not a problem, and you feel so powerful. Just boom. Doing that. There's other things that I haven't spoken about in the combat. For instance, executions.
Okay.
Performing an execution.
Are they for big characters?
It's only for hero characters, as far as I can tell. So like this guy. I think it's here you go. Here's one right now. It's not only a fantastic animation, but it restores your health.
Oh, okay.
To perform executions. I think you only get the opportunity of an execution when you finish someone with a heavy attack. So when you're fighting, as with a lot of melee games, you have a light and a heavy attack on R1 and R2. Mm-hmm. So as well as switching your stance from left, right, and top, you're also choosing between different attacks, like heavy or light. And you also have feats, which you can see like that glowing area on the ground over there.
Left and right feats.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's literally true.
Sorry.
And they are. I mean, the only ones I saw was like a health regeneration. So you see them on the floor. You go and collect them by holding down the D-pad, and then you can use them by tapping the D-pad. The other one was a fury, which gives you like a sort of a buff. So we've reached the boss now. Who is a samurai badass. I'm going to say badass.
Yeah, I think you can.
And this was very, obviously the boss battle.
Imagine having a mask with your own moustache on it.
I don't have to imagine. It's something that I do.
Did you just deflect his thing? That was really good.
I did. So you can see.
It comes up in red.
And that's it. So you can see
very quick
where he's defending or attacking, or whichever way you want to look at it. And you can. It's just a flicking of the R stick. And when you pull it off, you feel great. And if you do block, then you get a little window of opportunity to change your stance and
come
attack.
in. And then can you evade if you just want to?
So you've got a dodge on X, which I use very
As a Souls
ineffectively.
player, I think I'd be using that quite a lot, but I don't know how much good it'd be doing me. Really, I should be getting stuck in with just matching him and then trying to change up for when I'm on attacking.
You can see now he's actually activated his revenge attribute as well. So that is something when you take damage, take a certain amount of damage,
Ow.
you can activate. You'll see that I get the same opportunity. So when I take
I was
damage,
going to say, Dave, I mean, this doesn't seem like it's going to have a happy ending right now.
well, I mean, you know, it's great that you haven't seen that I've had the button prompt for revenge yet because I've been doing so well, Nate.
Right,
actually.
okay.
But you will see that I do get the opportunity for revenge, and again, it's kind of like. You know, it's just a buff basically that you kind of
There it is.
like a
Hello.
rage basically. I've taken damage and I'm really angry, and so I'm going to activate my rage mode.
You needed
which
it,
I don't
but
do
now you're
very
back,
well.
You're back. Wow, you're kind of back in the lead
It's
here.
not bad. Yeah, I'm back in the lead for now. The other thing, and this is not related to this battle whatsoever, but you might not have been able to hear it, and it's something that I really like that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Is that the battles in this mode are narrated. And it's told like a story, so it's like someone is reading out the events. So it was like the only one warrior reached the top, you know.
Right.
This guy made it into the keep and killed several guys.
Dave led his forces very badly.
I just really
Oh,
enjoy that one.
my story.
That's not what you said. I just really enjoy that style of storytelling. It's not the character talking; it is a narrator.
It's like you're in a story.
It added a sense of history to it, you know. And I know we said that this is probably not completely
I don't think
historically
it's-
accurate,
no.
but it made it just feel like I was playing out some sort of really famous events.
Check this out. He's got his anger going on. He's revenging you up.
I don't care how
but
angry
he is very
I
close to
don't
not being
care
here anymore.
How angry he is. I also
Look
haven't
at you,
talked
man.
about that broken shield that you'll see occasionally is when he breaks my block. That's mapped to square. I can do the same thing. So if you come up against an enemy who's blocking a lot,
Right.
you can break their block and then you can quickly use a light attack to do a bit of damage, or
But
you
you've
can
got lots
press
of health
block
back?
again and you can kind of run with them into a wall or
smash
like-
them up.
Yeah, which is
But
really
you,
really cool.
you've got loads of health back.
I have. Yeah, I think I used the feat, which I'd mapped to one of the D-pad directions.
It's far more
which
tactical
gives
than I
me
was.
a little bit.
Okay,
and
there you go.
Bosh! There you go, Nath.
You
Not
actually
even
won.
a problem. Of course I did. I can't believe you ever doubted me.
Well, you know, this is the first time since you went to play this earlier on that I've actually seen the end of this footage, Dave, and I wasn't sure which way that was going to go.
I did us proud, Nath. I
You
did
did.
us proud.
You did, not against other human beings, but I guess certainly against, the computer character there. That was really good.
They're better than humans.
They will be one day.
That's what Ubisoft said.
Well, there you go. That is our little playthrough of For Honor, Dave. That's a little taste of the single player. Let us know in the comments what you think of For Honor. Let us know what you think about Dave and his sword fighting skills.
Please be nice.
Subscribe to the channel. We've got loads more coming up from E3.